Okay, we're learning Le'ilu Nishmas, Yisrael Moshe ben Tzvi Yehuda, Rabbi Shver, and the Sham, and the schus of his Torah, and the Torah of his children, and of the Torah of the Shir, and the Shama should have an Aliyah. Okay, we're up to the Mishnah on Mem Dalit Amid Beis. Mem Dalit Amid Beis. Shoshu Yoitza Lisakel, a shor that you had a Gemar Din, and you're taking the shor to be stoned. The Gdishu Ba'olav, and the Baal goes ahead and is Magdashit. He said it should be Kodesh, Ein Mugdish. It's Isuri no. He doesn't have the capacity to go ahead and be Magdashit, and therefore it's not Kodesh. Shachtoi, if he shechs it after the Gemar Din, B'sarai Yasa, it's Basas Asa. We had a limit, guys. Remember, B'layachlis B'sarai. We had Yachlis B'sarai, we asked the Kasha, Sakali Sakal Ashar, don't we know that if there's skila, there's no shchita? We said, Afal Pi, there's a shchita after the Gemar Din, and according to Halachas Yaredei, Hilchas Shchita, it's Kasha V'Yasha, it would not be permitted because it's Asa by no. That's after the Gemar Din. So no Kedusha, no act of Hegdish after the Gemar Din, no shchita after the Gemar Din. However, you have a court case. You bring the shar, and the shar, you know what's going to happen to the shar. However, what the owner before the Gemar Din, Higdishu Ba'alav, he goes ahead and is Magdashit, then Mukdash, it'll be Kodesh, and there'll be a din of Me'ilah. Then Shachtai, and if you shachted, B'sarai Mutta, his basa would be Mutta. So again, as long as there's no Gemar Din, it's Mutta B'hana. So therefore, it's in the owner's reshus the Inyan, the capacity to be magdashit and the Inyan shchita. Once there's a Gemar Din, it's out of the ballpark. It's asabana. It can't be magdashit and it can't shecht it. Nu halacha. Masru l'shoym achinam u'l'shoym l'sisacha v'asaycha. Okay, we gives it to one of the four shoymim. We'll speak about this in a little while. Just for the Mishnah's sake, there are four shoymim. One who watches for nothing, one who watches for schar, a renter and a borrower. In all those cases, the shor nichnus utachas habaylim, and therefore muad mishalim nezek shalem, and v'tam mishalim chatzi nezek. Muad mishalim nezek shalem, tam will pay chatzi nezek. Tan rabbanan. Shor shehemis achlein nigmar dinoi, right? A shor that kills until there's a gemar din, then machroi machar. If he sells it, it's a sale. Rashi says liradya for the purpose of plowing. Hegdisha in mukdish, and if you magdashit, right? If you magdashit, it's kodesh. This is the chayr before the Gemar Din, fellas. It's going to be a Gemar Din, and up until then, you could use it to plow for the sale, and up until then, there would be a din of milah. Shachtu, once you shechted b'sarai muta, right? Why? Because there wasn't a Gemar Din. There wasn't, as the Mishnah said, once there wasn't a Gemar Din, it's still in his jurisdiction. It's not asa b'hana, and you could shecht it. And if all this took place in Rishus of the Shaimer, he gave it to one of the Shaimrim. The Shaimrim watched the animal, but not so well. Animal went out, did damage. They brought the animal to court, and there was before the chance to Gemar Din, the Shaimir went ahead, and he returned it to the owner. So the question is he returning the shar? This shar is going to be killed. But right now, until this point, there was no psak on the shar. There was no psak on the shar. So at this point in time, there's no psak on the shar. It would be a good chazara, and he would be yotzei chiyuv of returning the pikadon to the owner. He'd be yotzei chiyuv returning the pikadon to the owner. That's all before the Gemar Din. Mishenig Gemar Dinoi. However, once there's a Gemar Din, machroi and machar, his sale is no sale. Higdisha and mukdish, his act of kodesh is not kodesh. Shachle bisroi is asa. Okay, this is all basically what we said in the Mishnah, albeit a little more wordier. Echsiru shomer the base balav, and if the shomer return to the base balav, eina muchsar. In other words, the shomer, this is not the same animal. This is not the same animal that you took. This animal is a sharanisko. You would not be able to return it, and you'll be chayiv to pay. Rabbi Yaakov says, Af misha nigmar dinoi, even after the Gemar Din, Hichziru Shomer lebalav muchsar. If you return it, it's considered what? It's considered a return. Okay, now we had the sugya fellas in Gittin of hezek she'enei nikar. You take a sheretz, you put it on the tfuah, right? You take yayin, you pour it in other yayin. You menasech the yayin. We said that there's no physical change. However, there's a halachic change. Can you go ahead and say, give that back? The most classic case is chametz. Chametz, you give a person chametz to wash before Pesach, no problem. Once Pesach comes, however, right? Once Pesach comes, it's gone. So let's say I would steal a pizza before Pesach, and I return the exact same pizza after Pesach. Was I mekayim the mitzvah of a heishav as a gazela shagazel of returning the gazela? Would you be the Gemara in Pesach and that tzadiches in our perik in our misechta says it would be a good chazara. I could say harishal chol lefanecha. Halachically it's chametz shavuot Pesach and you can't use it. It doesn't make a difference. There's no physical change in it, right? There was no physical change in it. So can we parallel a shor haniskel, right? Your shor haniskel, there's no change in the shor to chametz. That was what? It was over Pesach. So the Gemara, the Havamina of the Gemara now is it's really a machlokes. According to the Tanakama, that you cannot return it. So obviously you can't say what? You can't say harishal fenecha on something that has a non-physical change, right? Just a halachic change. Rabbi Yaakov, who says you could go ahead and return the shor, apparently he would say that what? There's no difference, even though halachically it's asa now, because there was a Gemara din. Nonetheless, you could be mekayim my mitzvah of returning the pikadon. That on the surface is the machlokes between the two. Good. Whether you could say necha on an object that no physical change but a halachic change. The problem is, according to Rashi, the Gemara in Sadiches says everyone says by Chometz and Pesach you could return it. So therefore, what's the svar of the Chachamim then that you can't? In other words, is there a difference between Chometz Shavuot Pesach and Shor Hanisko? In both cases, they look exactly the same. The Chometz looks the same. The shor looks the same. Yet by chametz, the chachamim admit you could return it, and by shor, the shomer could not return it to the person who gave it to him. Right? That's what the Gemara is going to go ahead and declare. Says the Gemara.
One is mominous, one is not.
What do you mean?
With the shor is a momonistic. A shor, is good. Whereas
so is the shomer. I owe you money if I don't return it. I owe you money
on the chametz.
No. On the chometz and shor, in both cases, it's a din of I have to return beheshav as a gazela, have a chi of mammon. After return. Okay, says the Gemara the following. Okay, so what's the machlokes? Again, the Tanakama says you can't return the shor, and Rav Yaakov says you could. The Rabban and Savri ein oimrim b'isuri hana harishachal lefanecha. You don't say by isuri hana this. Here it is harishachal lefanecha. It's yours. It's yours. We don't say that, and therefore you can't return the shor. Rav Yaakov Sava Ayman be Surayna Harishachal Fanecha, and the Rav Yaakov says what you could say it, and therefore you could return the shor. Again, what's the problem? The problem is the Gemara and Daf Tzadik Ches, where everyone's moida by chometz. You could go ahead and say it. So what's the difference between the chometz and what and shor? Amar Rabba says, Rabbi, you're right. Everyone says you could, because if you couldn't, if you couldn't, go ahead and have the machlokes by chometz. Why have the machlokes by shor and niskel? Have the machlokes by chometz, and by chometz there is no machlokes. So basically, fellas, in the vernacular, what's the svara of the chachamim? Why by chometz can you return it? And why by shor haniskel can you not return it, right? That's really what the Gemara is trying to get to. On that, the Gemara says, Elahacha begoimrim dinoi shel shor shaloi b'fanav kamifkli. The machlokes is, can there be a Gemara din of the shor not in front of the owner? In other words, who's the owner of the shor? The one who gave it to the shomer, not the shomer himself. Ein goimrim dinoi shel shor ela b'fanav. Not in front of the shomer, but in front of the owner, right? The Amalei, because the owner could say to the shayel, if you would have returned it to me, I would have gone ahead and put it in the swamp. In other words, I would have made sure they couldn't go ahead and don the shor, because the shor would not be there. I could go ahead Bezdin couldn't be, Bezdin, in other words, since you went ahead and gave it to Bezdin, you were mazik mi biyodayim. The shar gored. The shar was mechuyev misa, but there was no court case on the shar. What would I have done had you returned it to me? I would have made sure the shar, I would have brought it to a forest, and therefore, since I hold that the Rabbanan hold to paskin the court case, this is what I told Heshi beforehand. You need the shar present. If the shar is not present, you can't go ahead and have a court case. And the Mela, by you giving it to Bezdin, what did you do? You were masik me. Masha'en Kain by Chometz Pesach, that happens memela. It happens automatically. That pizza is gewaldig. It tastes wonderful before you Daled Nisan in the morning. Once you Daled Nisan in the morning, as chatzos, then you're finished. Why? Not because you did anything. It happened memela. So says the Gemara. This is the difference between. This is the difference between. Well, I just didn't finish the lashon. This is the difference between shor haniskel and chametz. Why by chametz do the chachamim hold that you can go ahead and say Hay Shechol Fanecha on Madi Suri Hana is because you did nothing. It happened Memela. Masha'enkin over here, you did something. You damaged me. You allowed Bezdin to get it. You gave it to Bezdin, as a matter of fact. And therefore, it says the Gemara, he could have said, Hashta atfasa ture, you grabbed my sharp, and you brought it biyada to a person, the hands of lo yechilni lashtu yedina b'hadei, that I can't go ahead and deal with them. So Mamela, it's not pshat that the Chachamim hold that you can't say by Yisuri and Harishachal Fanecha. By Yisuri, I know like Chametz, you could say Harishachal Fanecha. Masha'enkin over here, it's different by what? By Shar, because you damaged me by giving it over to Bezdin. You damaged me by giving it over to Bezdin. That's what the Chachamim hold. Rav Yaakov Sava goymim dinoi shel shar shalei b'fanav, right? And therefore, you could go ahead and right. You could go ahead, and therefore, by you giving it to Bezdin, it did nothing, because even if it would have been in the swamp, they could have judged the case, guys. Right? In other words, I did nothing by giving it to Bezdin. What's your taina? You could have sent it to the swamp. Says Rabbi Yaakov, send it to the swamp gesund to hate. Why? I could have judged the shor without it being there. I could have judged the shor without being there. I don't need the presence of the shor to judge the case. Even if the shor wasn't there, I could judge the case. And therefore, what? I did nothing. It's the same as chametz b'Pesach. What's the chametz b'Pesach? By Yisuri, I know you can say Harishachal Fanecha. Therefore, the shayma could return it what to the original oina, or owner. The original. It doesn't have the original oina. It could be the original owner, right? Anyway. Oh, what's the machlok? Okay. So one more time, guys. Outside. You have a Gemara din on the shar. Says that Chachamim, the shomer cannot return it to the one who gave it to him, the owner. Says Rabbi Yaakov, you could. At first, the Gemara wants to suggest it's the Yesodistic Machloikis between what? Between whether you say by Yisuri Hano Harishachol Fanecha, right? And we say no. Everyone agrees by Yisuri Hano you could say Harishachol Fanecha. Chametz b'Pesach, you can say Harishachol Fanecha, no problem. So what's the Machloikis over here? Machloikis over here, do you need the presence of the shor to pass in the case or not? According to the Chachamim, you need the presence of the shor. Had you not given it to Bezdin and given it to me, I could have ensured that the shor wouldn't be there. I could have ensured the shor wouldn't have been there. Therefore, by you giving it to Bezdin, you were mazik me b'yadayim, and therefore you cannot return it. Masha'en came, according to Rabbi Yaakov, we don't need the presence of the shor to go ahead and judge the case. We could judge the case even if the shor was not there. So by you giving to Bezdin, you didn't harm me anymore at all. And it remains a case of what? Of Yisuri I know, which you could say Hari Shachal Fanecha, and therefore Rabbi Yaakov is of the opinion you could return it to the original owner. Now, what's the svara between the two of them? Continues the Gemara. Rabbi Yaakov saw a goymim dina shal shor shalei b'fanav dam alei slave igma havi gemiri lo ladina. They would have brought it to din. My time to Rabbanon that you need the presence of the shor. Hashor yisakal v'gam bol of yumas. We make a hekesh. The shor gets skila, and bidei shemayim the man dies. Hemises a bailam kach mises a shar. Ma bailam b'fneim, the bal has to be there. Av shar b'fun of the shar has to be there. That Rabbi Yaakov Vishlema bailam b'nei taineninu. Vishlema bailam b'nei taineninu. Had they been in Bezdin, they could have gone ahead and tainezech el shar ba tainasui. The shar is a shar. He can't answer anyway, so it doesn't make a difference. I don't need him in Bezdin. Okay. So in other words, despite the fact that I have a hekesh, the hekesh that is I have a really, even though Amy Shivin ala hekesh, I guess there's certain scenarios where you say that, you know what, there's Frank Nishon. The whole svara of the hekesh, why does a person have to be present, is that maybe had he been there, he would have explained something, he would have had a taina. We don't say that svara by the shar. And therefore what? I do not need the presence of the shar to pass in the case. Thus, that's the machlokes between the two. Okay, now the Gemara switches to the latter part of the Mishnah, the din of Shomrim. So outside, let's just have a quick chazara of what Shomrim are. We know that the Torah discusses three Shomrim. It discusses the Shemachinam, the Shoyel, and the Naisei Sachar, and the Seicher, which we'll discuss in a second. So the Shemachinam is a really nice guy. He's watching your object for nothing. So he is chayiv in only one instance. He's only chayiv if he's negligent. He's only chayiv, as we say, bit pshia. If it's stolen from him, if he loses it, if an honest happens, he's pater. Hashem is sacha, you're paying him, right? You're paying him, right? Therefore, his shmira is upgraded. Not only is he chayiv b'pshia, he's chayiv b'neva aveda, but he's still pater b'oinus. A shoyel, he's not only going ahead and watching it, he's using it. So his level of shmira is the most. So he is chayiv not only pshia, not only gneva aveda. In addition, he's chayiv ba'oinsin. He's chayiv if an oinus happens to the animal. Soicher, a renter, is a machloikis. Is a soicher like a shemachinam, or is a soicher like a shemasacha? Is a renter like a shemachinam or like shemasacha? That's the who would require the least shmira? I would say the shemachinam, since he accepted the least responsibility, he requires the least shmira. We're going to see a machloikis in the Gemara between Reb Meir and Reb Yehuda regarding shmira. We're going to see a machloikis between Reb Yehuda and Reb Meir regarding shmira. Who requires a larger shmira, a tam or a muad? You would think that counterintuitively that a muad goes ahead and requires more. We're going to see that, like Rabbi Yehuda, it's a tam that requires more. Okay, with that in mind, let's begin. Again, why do we say the Mishnah said that nichnas tachas habaylim, you enter in the pace of the bow. Tana Rabbanan, arba nichnasim tachas habaylim. There are four that enter in the place of the owner. Ve'elu hein shemachinam shayel leisei sacha v'aseicher hargu tamim. If they kill while they're a tam, now again they get killed like a shar niskol. Upeturim and a kaifer, because the tam doesn't pay kaifer. Muadim, if they're muadim, now ragin and mishalm as a kaifer, and they pay the kaifer. V'chayavim lahachsid meishal lebalav, and the shomer would pay the kaifer, and not only that, and he has to pay the value of the dead animal to the owner. Chutz mishemachina, with the exception of shemachina. Mas mishemachina does not have to pay the value of the shar. He doesn't have to pay the value of the shar. Armi hechidami. What exactly is the case? Idinatre, if you watched it correctly, you did a good shmira, let's call it a shmir ma'ula, a top shmira. Afilu kulmi nami lifteri. All of them also should be pater. In other words, if I did what I was supposed to do, why am I chayev? Look at Rashi, guys. Kulo nami nifteru. Midimei shar. They all should be what? They should all be pater from the May Shar. They should all be pater from the May Shar. Bar Mishael, with the exception of a Shael. The Anusim Haim, because they're Chayiv Ba'inus. So Rashi's of the opinion that when the Gemara says that you watched it, you should be pater, except the Shael. Rashi understands the Shael should be Chayiv. Let's see the last Taisus on the page. Afilu Kulinami Lifteru, the Shael Gufa. So Rashi said that the shayl should pay both the worth of the shar, and two, the kaifer says Tosfos, oh no, he should pay the value of the shar, but he should be pater from kaifer. He should be pater from kaifer, right? So you have Rashi saying the shayl is chayiv in both. Tosfos saying the shayl is chayiv to pay the value of the ox to the owner, but the kaifer be pater, right? The Ramban in Hilchas, in this Gemam in Perek Daled Daled, says the shoyl should be put afilu from the May Vishar. The shoyim should be put even for the whole thing. So they're really machlokes from one end of the spectrum to the other. Rashi to the Rambam, it's totally two different. According to Rashi, chayiv and everything. According to the Rambam, potter and everything. And Tosfos is a hybrid. Tosfos you chayiv to pay kaifer, the value of the shar and potter from kaifer. So just be aware there are three different shittas over here. Okay, so we have a brisa. Brisa says a muad a tam pays chatzinez pays. It's speaking about the death. It killed a person. It's going to kill the shar. You're going to kill the shar, and therefore what? But there's no kaifer. If it's a tam by muad, is kaifer, and the only one that's potter is what? Is the shemechina, and we don't know why. Miman of shach. If there was a good shmira, they all should be potter, with the exception of shoyl. That's a different discussion, which we just discussed. The idoloi natre back in the Gemara 5 lines up. The idoloi natre, and if you didn't watch the shar at all, I feel shemechinam nechayiv. You're paisheya, and even shemechinam should be chayiv. So where do you get this distinction to take shemechinam out of the ballpark of all of them? The manam shach. It should be contingent upon my shmira. If I did a shmira, they all should be potter with maybe shoyl. Let's leave that on the side, or what? Or according to if they didn't do any shmira, then the shemechinam should be what should be chayiv like the same as everyone else. So what are we dealing with over here? The natre shmir pchusa. You did a minimal shmira. A minimal shmira means that you put the shar behind a normal fence that could stand by a ruach mitsuya. In other words, if a normal wind would come along, the fence would stand. That's considered a shmira, albeit pchusa. Because if a strong wind would come along that's not normal, the animal would be free. It would be out. So shmir pchusa, a minimal shmira is a normal fence. You didn't put upon an iron fence, one that could stand a filu be ruach eina mitsuya. Shemechinam kol tzela shmirasai. The shemechinam is kol tzela shmirasai. You went ahead, it's shmira. It's enough. You know, you did enough, right? And you would be what? You would be potter. Now the Rabbeinu Peretz says, guys, be potter from the meishar, but you be chayiv kaifer. He says very interesting that this is a very interesting shita. He says you be the shemechina when it says you pata, it means if you did a shmira, if you did a shmira, a normal shmira, you'll be pata, but you still be chayiv kaifer. He's very machmir. He says if your animal kills, you chayiv kaifer. It doesn't depend upon the shmira. You chayiv kaifer. And hanach loy calls shmirasan, but by shemesacha and shoyl, which you require a higher level of shmira, then it's not enough, and therefore it's not enough. Since you only did a shmira pchusa, so now in answer to the question, if you watched it well, they all should be pata. If you didn't watch it well, they all should be chayiv. The answer is I watched it, but not as well as I could have. I did the middle moments of shmira. A middle amount of shmira is enough by a shemechinam. After all, he's doing you a solid, right? You know, you can't expect me to go ahead above board to watch. I'm only chayiv b'shia. If I watch a shmir pchusa, I'm not p'sheya. If I watch this minimal shmira, I am not negligent. Once I'm not negligent, I'm pata. Again, albeit according to Rabbeinu Peretz, only linyan in the zikin, linyan the kaifer part. He's nichlas. You need the kapara. He's nichlas tachas the owner. That's Rabbeinu Peretz. Masha'en came by Shem Esacha Seicher according to Reb Yehuda. And Shoyel, according to everybody, you would need a higher level of Shmira, and therefore you would be chayav. Ami Kaman. Now, who did this brisa go according to? Now, there's a second in over here. How do you view a Seicher, fellas? How do you view a renter? Do we view him like a Shemachinam, or we view him like a Shemesachar? Now, when it's said over here, the Shemachinam, it must be, according to Mandi Amar, says, we view him as a Shemesachar, or else it would have said, Chutz mi shemachinam v'haseicher. Therefore, The fourth one, the Seicha, the renter, do we view him like a Shemachinam or like a Shemasacha? The Brisa said the only one that gets off the hook is the Shemachinam. But if you hold a Seicher is like a Shemachinam, the Brisa should say chutz from Shemachinam and a Seicher. So this must be going according to the man the Amma who holds what? That a Seicher is a Shemasacha. Well, says the Gemara, Amar Kaman, Ik Reb Meir Amid Beis. If you hold like Reb Meir, the Amar Seicher Shemachinam, that a renter is like a Shemachinam. So therefore, listni chutz mishemachinam v'aseicher. Then the Brisa shouldn't have limited the Torah to shemachinam; it should extend it to shemasacha as well, to seicher as well. The ikreb Yehuda the amak seicher can I say sacha dami? Then listni chutz mishemachinam, and then add the following: the kulam b'muadim, and all of them who are muadim peturim le'inyan kaifer. They'd be pater le'inyan kaifer. Why? Because as we're going to see in a second in the next Mishnah, Rabbi Yehuda holds a muad by shmira a shmira by you only the shmira pchusa. If I do a shmira pchusa, it should pater me. So let's go back, guys. Go back to the Manala. Go back to the Manala. Okay, Tana Rabbanan. Arba nichnasu tachas abaylam ve'eluhein shemachinam shayel nesisacha v'asleicher hargu tamim neragim turmin hakayfer muadim neragim mishalom esakayfer. Now, right there, if this goes according to Reb Meir, we should say Shemachinam and Seicher, because Reb Meir holds a Seicher is like a Shemachinam. If it goes like Reb Yehuda, and therefore we didn't learn because a Seicher is like a Shemesachar, there's something, another addendum you should put in here. However, by Mu'adim, they be parted from Kaifer. Why? Because since we're saying that the Shemachina must have gone, it's speaking where they did a Shmir Pchusa, the Rabbi Yehuda is of the opinion, fellas, a Shmir Pchusa works by Mu'id, so you shouldn't have to be Kaifer. And it doesn't say that. So I'm kind of stuck. If it's Reb Meir, I should have added the word Seicher. If it's Rabbi Yehuda, I should have added a whole clause that what? Since we're speaking about Shmir Pchusa, how do you know you're speaking about Shmir Pchusa? Or else the Shemachinam should be chayiv as well. So it had to be they did something. According to Rebbe Yehuda, that did something with Pater even a muid from Kaifer. And it doesn't say that. So therefore, the Brisa is a little touchy how to explain Pshat in this Brisa. So back in the Gemara. How do we answer this up? Rav Huna, 4 lines down. Rav Huna, Bar Chinana, says Rav Huna Bar Chinana, Hamani, who is the Tan of the Mishnah? Guys, it's not Rabbi Yehuda, it's not Reb Meir, it's Rebbe Eliezer. We're going to meet the Mishnah in a second, guys. Rebbe Eliezer says the only shmira for a muad is a sakin. There is no shmira. A muad, you have to kill it. There's no. So very good. The Amar ein lo shmira el sakin. Good, and therefore muadim would always be chayiv kaifer because there's no shmira. Why do we only list shayme chinam, not shayme sacha? It's not seicher. Because he holds like Seicher, like Reb Meir, that only Shem, right? Well, in your Seicher, Savla Reb Yehuda, in your Seicher, Savla Reb Yehuda, Seicher Kenois Sachdam. There's no like Reb Meir. Reb Meir's Shemachinam is the same as the Seicher. And he also Reb Yehuda, Dama Seicher Kazachazam. Okay, very good. Let's go. Why did the Brisa say? I'm not going to read it again. It said one thing. All of them are chayiv except Shemachinam. We have a problem. What's our problem? If it's Reb Meir, it should list Seicher as well. If it's Reb Yehuda, it should list Mu'id as well. What's the answer? It's not neither one of them. It's Rabbi Eliezer. So if it's Rabbi Eliezer, you can't list Mu'id. Why can't you list Mu'id? Because there's no shmira by a Mu'id. You have to kill it. Why did you only list Shemachinam and not Seicher? Because he holds a Seicher is Kishem Sachar. And you need shmira pchus is not enough. You need a higher shmira. He holds like Rabbi Yehuda that a seicher is like shema sachar, and therefore you only list the p'tur of shmira pchusa by shema china. Very geschmack. Abaye Amar lo'olam kreb meya. Abaye gives a different teretz. Lo'olam kreb meya. What was the kasha? If it was a meya, we should list seicher as well, because after all, the seicher has a din of shema chinam. Ukin machlef rabba baravua the tani. Seicher ketz mishalim. What's the din of a seicher? Reb Meir oimer kishayma sacha. He also like kishayma sacha. Reb Yehuda oimer kishayma chinam. So very good. Why did you gain now, guys? Watch. You gained a tremendous amount. You didn't list Seicher, because Reb Meir, in fact, holds a Seicher is Kishem Sacher. We switched around the Shitas. So therefore, the only one who's enough with a Shmir B'chusa is a Shemachinam, not a Seicher. A Seicher would have to watch like a Shem Sacher. What about the Mu'id part? Very geschmack. Reb Meir is of the opinion a Mu'id needs a Shmira Me'ula. He needs a top Shmira. Only Rabbi Yehuda holds you need a bottom Shmira. According to Reb Meir, you need a top Shmira. You didn't do a top Shmira. Therefore, you can't list Mu'id as a B'tor. So therefore, it works out. So we have two Terutzim. Again, what's the Kasha? Why do we only list Shem Achinam, not Seicher? Why? And also, why if Shmir B'chusa, why don't we list Mu'id? Like Rabbi Yehuda, says the Gemara, we hold like Rabbi Eliezer. Rabbi Eliezer said that takes care of Mu'id, because the only way to get a Mu'id is to kill it. And Rabbi Eliezer holds like Rabbi Yehuda, that a Seicher is Kishem Sacha, and therefore you need a Shmir B'chusa is not enough. A second teretz is the whole thing's Reb Meir. Okay, if the whole thing's Reb Meir, let's take care of the Mu'id part first. Reb Meir holds you need a Shmira Me'ula. You only have a Shmira B'chusa. Since you did a Shmira B'chusa, Mu'id Chayev. Out. Why didn't you list Seicher? So according to Reb Meir, Seicher is Kishem Achinam. The answer is no. We switched. Reb Meir is of the opinion that a Seicher is Kishem Sacher, and very geschmack, and therefore the whole Bryce is Reb Meir. Those are two pshat and had a lam shari. Amar Balaza. Masa shayra l'shem achinam. If a person gives his shayra to a shem achinam, hizik if it does damage, chayev. Huzik if it gets damaged, pater. Again, says the Amoyer Rebbe Laza. If a person gives his shar over to a shem achinam, if it does damage, chayev. If it gets damaged, pater. Ami hechidami. Even the kibbutz shmir nezakov. If he was mekabel l'shmir nezakov, afilu huzik nami l'chayev. Even if it does damage, it also should be chayev. And he wasn't Kaddish Shmir Zakov, I feel his iknami lifter. Even if it does damage to Patzamanashach. If you're in, you should be totally in, guys. Right. If you're in, you should be totally in. And if you're not totally right, and if you're not totally in, then you shouldn't be in at all. So Mamanashach. How do you split here? You're saying if it damages your chayev, if it gets damaged, you pata. So Amarav Aloilam Shekibel Lav Shmir Zakov, you are Makabel Nasikin. However, V'hachamei Askinon, you recognize that it's a feisty shar. You recognize that it's a gora. The stomach de milsa, since he recognized that it was a feisty shar, he was makabel on himself to watch that this feisty shar doesn't damage others. But to go ahead and others damage it, that he wasn't makabel. Fellas, Rashi says, a feisty shar, other shvarim recognize more than we do, and they're going to stay away from it. A feisty shar, they're going to stay away from. So it doesn't make any sense that he's not mekabel on himself, right? Shmir that it shouldn't get damaged. That's not necessary. He's only mekabel that it shouldn't damage others. Says the Mishnah, Kashrul Ba'al V'Masera. This is a shmir b'chusa. He goes ahead, instead of using a chain, he takes a rope and he ties up a shar. That's a shmir b'chusa. Or v'nol b'fon of karoi. Or he closes the gate. By what kind of gate? One that could stand only by a normal wind. V'yatzav v'hisik, it goes out and does damage. So in other words, the shmir b'chusa wasn't enough. Echatam v'yachamu v'chayiv. He b'chayiv the Reb Meir. Because Reb Meir is of the opinion, fellas, that you need a shmir me'ula even by a tam and a mu'id. Reb Yehuda Omer, tam chayiv v'mu'id pater, shnemar b'lei shmenu bolav, v'shimu huzeh. Says Reb Yehuda, no. That says something that really, really does not make a lot of sense. He says that a tam you be chayiv for shmir b'chusa, a mu'ud you be pata. You hear this? Tam chayiv mu'ud pata. Says the Meiri, a very similar svara that we just saw in Rashi. Since it's a mu'ud, other shvarim are going to stay away from it. Therefore, you don't have to watch it. It's strong. That's what the Meiri says. And finally, Rebbe Eliezer Omer ein lo shmira ela sakin. The shmir is what is only a sakin, right? The shmir is only what is the shmir is only the only way to do it is to kill the animal. Okay, my time in the Reb Meir. Why is it enough a shmira me'ula by both? Ksava stam shvarim labeches kashim kami. Stam shvarim people don't watch this shvarim. Stam shvarim people don't watch them. So you're starting at a zero, guys. You're starting at a zero. Vam rachmana tam nechayev in the boile shmir pkusa. It says by tam yechayev, so you're going from a 0 to a 1. Oh, by mu'id it says again lo yishmerenu. Good. That's going from a 1 to a 2. So you went from the shmir pchusa of a tam to the shmir me'ula of a mu'id. Then he boy shmir me'ula. Now, so right now you should have a tam level 1 and a mu'id level 2. And v'neilif negich l'tam negich l'mu'id. Just like you learn by a mu'id, you need a 2. Now we need a tam. You also need a 2. So this is the level of what of Rebbe Meir. This level of Meir, the limud v'leish merenu is to upgrade it that what to a 2, and the negicha gzeira shava that a tam also you need a 2. Rabbi Yehuda Savar stam shvarim b'cheskashim akaimi. So you're starting at a 1, guys. You're starting at a 1 because stam shvarim people do watch. Amrachmona tam neshalein v'niboyle shmir mula. You know why you should pay by a tam? Because you're starting from the starting of a 1, you're going to a 2. So a tam is a shmir mula. Hadam rachmana lo yishmerenu. It says by a mu'id lo yishmerenu. Gabe mu'id the navile shmir mula. That also you should have to do a shmir mula. However, have a ribu have acharibu. We have a limit in the Torah, one inclusion after another inclusion. Then ribu acharibu elulamayit. And what the second inclusion is only to exclude. So we go down, we downgrade, guys. You're starting at a 1, you're going from 1 to 2, and now you have a ribu, the 2 goes to a 1. So therefore, the shmira of pchusa is only enough by a mu'id. So again, loy Reb Meir, you're starting at a 0. Stam shvarim is la b'ches kashima kaimi. You're starting at a 0. A tam goes to a 1, a mu'id goes to a 2. According to Rabbi Yehuda, you're starting at a 1. A 1 goes to a 2 by a tam, and then we have a limud that the leish merenu that from 1 it goes to a 2. A ribu acharibu. Says the Gemara. You're going to say what about a gezerah shava? So if you're telling me a tam is a 2, then the mu'id also should be a 2. We have a miyat, right? The zeh dafka the mu'id is a 1 and not a tam. How can you use it to teach me that a mu'id is a 1 out of 2? I need it to teach me the whole idea of ribu achariboy. Okay, nichtv rachmana b'lo yishmer. My b'lo yishmerenu lezeh b'lo la'acher. Tanya Rabbi Ben Yaakov Omer Echa Tam Yachad Mu'id Sheshamu Shmir B'chusa Pata. The biggest kula Pata my timer Savla Rabbi Yehuda Dama Mu'id B'Shmir B'chusa Sagilei V'Yalef Negicha V'Negicha Le Mu'id. Okay, so let's chaz Rebbe quickly. 3 shitas, guys. 3 shitas we have. 1, according to Rabbi Meir, both need Shmir Me'ula. According to Rabbi Yehuda, Tam Shmir Me'ula, Mu'id Shmir B'chusa. Rebbe Eliezer and Yaakov, both are enough shmira me pechusa. Both enough shmira pechusa. I wish you all a good day. I can't stay for Tehillim.